Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Let's Design Cities Skylines. My name is Shiktoster and I'm sure by now you noticed the brand new intro and logo and pretty much everything. It's a full rebrand of the channel, which I've been wanting to do for a little while. And now that we just crossed the 50,000 subscribers milestone or mark or whatever you want to call it, man, I still can't believe we have this many people subscribed to my channel. And just couldn't be happier. So this facelift is something that I've been wanting to do for a little while, and now just spend the whole weekend, even though it took several weeks to actually design how it would look, just spend the last weekend just animating it and getting all wrapped up, and now it's finally here. So I hope you enjoy. Please let me know what you think in the comments. But let's just get down to business, because I'm sure by now you're wondering, yeah, we're going to do Sunken Freeways, right? Because that's what the title of this video is all about. Well, yeah, that's literally what we're going to be doing. In fact, I just want to do something different this time around, because usually I just, tell you what I'm going to do and then I'll do it. But I kind of went ahead and did a few things. But before I show you anything, I want to talk about the plan a little bit. So this patch of grass that we have here in between this avenue and this road, this is all going to be sunken, and this is where the where the freeway will run. Somewhere around here, I think it might have to go down even further, because we definitely want, I want to have a tunnel that goes, under the water and connects back into these two segments of the freeway. Eventually, we're going to have a fourth over here, so there's going to be a big interchange that will connect to the airport island that's potentially or hopefully eventually going to be here. In order to do this design, I picked a corner of the map that was unused at this point. Let me just show you real quick, because this is kind of funny. This is where we're going to be building it, and this is a segment of the freeway that I just created on this corner. We're going to get rid of all of this after we're done, so don't worry about it. But I figured it would be better to do it here instead of a new map, because that way we can just come back and take a look at the design and make the proper adjustments. But the scale is exactly the same. The distance between this street and this avenue is very much the same as this one. Even though I'm currently thinking, just a second ago, I was thinking that maybe we should replace this with an avenue. In fact, a one-way avenue. So we have this going into one direction and this one going into a different direction. That way traffic flows a little bit better, mainly because I'm worried about traffic here, given that these two intersections are too close to each other. So maybe we can help traffic circulate better if this was one way. I don't know. We'll play with it. In fact, we don't even have to have all four on and off ramps connecting into the same bridge. We can actually have them connecting in other places. And by the way, this is very, very unfinished. This is just a, like a guidance, almost like a blueprint. And I'm going to show you step by step how to achieve this. And as we start developing it over in the final position, there's going to be changes that we're probably going to be making as we go along. So let me just get started right away. We're going to stop the game because we don't want things to be completely broken. And I think we're going to start digging down. Well, first of all, we need to get rid of all these freeways. So we're going to start by doing that. And now that that is out of the way, I mean, we have a clean green cut through the middle of our city, which is kind of awesome. I really like. I just love how this empty space looks, and all the floating cars, of course, because I haven't started the simulation yet. So the next thing that I wanted to do is, and by the way, this I'm guessing this episode there will be some time lapses, but I kind of want to show you on camera how I do this, and it's I know I tweeted this a few days ago, but I'm thinking of doing another tutorial, a design tutorial on specifically how to design the sunken freeways, because I really like the design that we had that I came up over here, and I think once we're finished with this, it's just going to look absolutely fantastic, and hopefully that will be helpful for other people as well. So let's see. I want to lay down the avenue that's going to be on this side, just so that I have enough the right separation between this and this, and then we can get the trench going down, or the pit, or whatever you want to call it, basically terraform the middle of it. Which, by the way, brings me to something else that I mentioned in the previous episode, which is the fact that my game was crashing, and I didn't disable anything. It just stopped. Crashing all of a sudden. So I guess good news there. So I'm gonna use this avenue for now. Not entirely sure if I'm gonna. I guess I need to do this now because once I start terraforming, this could get ugly. I do like how the grass. Yeah, just the sidewalk and the grass. I think works. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna do the same over in this side. So let's get rid of this. Actually, instead of getting rid of that, let's just simply. This should go this way, right? Yes. Let's just upgrade because otherwise these buildings are gonna get disowned. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to avoid. But we'll bring this back and no harm, no foul. Let's just upgrade this. And I think somewhere around here our freeway is gonna start curving and going a little bit deeper down. So. And there's no other chance here. We definitely need to get rid of the street, which means some diszoning will occur. And we might have troubles connecting... actually, I don't think we'll have trouble connecting these roads back to these this new avenue. So let's just see how that looks. So hopefully, yeah, this is what I was trying to avoid happening if we can. God damn it. Okay, so we're definitely going to need to extend some of these roads. And I just need to take my earphones away from my ears for a second because I can't really hear my voice. And I can't turn the volume up right now. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just extend this. Is that right? Oh, okay. So this now is a problem because we need to get this bridge connected to this. In fact, I'm not going to do that because we might end up connecting this bridge all the way over here and just skipping or jumping over this avenues as well. So I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do, but that will add some interesting features to this construction. So hopefully that turns out better than what we used to have. And let's just extend this road a little bit over there and I guess do the same with this one. I think it's this type of road. We want it to be the same road so that we can get this avenue connected like so. What are we gonna do here? I have no idea. I think we need to rethink this as well. So we're gonna get rid of that. I really like some of these interventions that we did before, like this connections, but there's always time for improvement. That's why I always say nothing that you see here is ever really final. I guess we need to get rid of this bad boy too. So for the time being, let's just bring it up like this. Connect it like that. Boom, boom. I should probably extend all of these at once. Also, we need to get rid of that one. And maybe end right about there. We're going to fix all these tunnels and bridges and overpasses eventually. Right now, I just want to get the avenues in place. And I think they are pointing in the right direction. I think this is sort of the flow that's going to take. I think that works. And that would be efficient, at least for now. Okay, so what we have here is, let me just measure it just to be sure. We have 27 units, right? Of separation. Perfect. 27 units. It's good enough, which means that actually I need to get rid of this street. And ooh, we have a bust up here. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of this. And is this the same type of avenue? It's not. This one has a lot more lanes. I guess we want this one, right? No, also not the right avenue. This one, I guess it's the one with trees. Perfect. And it has the cool little trees because I changed that a while ago. We need this to connect like that. Perfect. And now we have our segment. This is where it's going to start. So I'm not going to terraform. I'm not going to demolish this because I think I like it and I want to integrate it somehow to the design of the freeway. But what I am going to do instead is use this street over here as a reference point. So if we have 27 units, I think what we can do is, let's see, we basically want this to end somewhere around there. Maybe around here. And then we want to go to, let's say, 28 units. And hopefully we'll get 27. Okay, no, we get 28. I guess that makes sense, right? We measure 28, you get 28. But I was thinking that you would get, since the avenue sits in the middle, never mind. Never mind, forget what I'm saying. We're going to get a separation of, again, 27. And hopefully when we redraw this, we will get 27. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So if we bring this to here, wow, that's an actual perfect connection. Who would have thought? Well, not 100% perfect, but pretty perfect. Actually, in fact, you know what? If, let's think here for a moment. Because if we do get this avenue connected like this, I mean, we can just do something like this. Yeah, it's not perfectly aligned, which really bugs me. So let's see if we can. Oh man, was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. It's almost 90. It's almost 90. God damn it. Do we get now? We get 28. Okay, I'm gonna get this right. Hang on. So 27. There we go. And that's a perfect connection there. And let's just see if we can. This will bug me. If I leave this like this, it will like hunt me for the rest of my life. So I can't really just do that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna connect this just now because I feel like once we start terraforming and changing things, like this avenue is likely going to be making a curve here, and then all these roads will be connecting to that. So don't worry about this. We're gonna figure this out at some point, but I really want to get the terraforming done now. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. This is tricky because I don't want to demolish any of this, but I also want to get, see, 27 ends here. So I want to get the terraforming right if I can. I want to change the orientation of that. Now demolish it. Thank you, game. There we go. Change the orientation of that. Fantastic. And now that we have this, we can simply connect it like that and get rid of the excess. I think that works. So you can imagine how this is going to look like, right? So we have this segment over here, and right here there's going to be a big curve, and it's going to start going down somewhere around here, and this will be the edge, and then we're going to have streets all around this area anyways. And we also have these two avenues that are probably going to be connected at some point. I'm not sure. But yeah, we have this avenue here that definitely needs to be connected to this segment over here. So we need to figure a lot of things out. This is a big project. And now at this point, I'm doubting whether or not we're going to finish it in this episode. Because it will take some time. But it will look great. I'll promise you that. And if it doesn't, we'll fix it so that it does indeed look great. Trust me. Okay, so what I want to do next is, I think at this point, I want to get rid of all this. That way I can terraform properly. So get rid of this segment over here. I think this one's fine there. Definitely get rid of this one and this one. And now we have some unconnected things, but we'll work on those later. And what I want to do is see what the distance is here. Maybe we can do this better if we do it like that. Okay, so we have 10 by 12. Which means that we can do, oh my god, so close. I don't want to do 10 by 9. If I wish that it would tell me how big of a segment this is being demolished. Oh, come on, man. I really only want like the one tiny little unit. Let's see how that looks. Because now I have a 7 by 7. I guess that's 7 by 7 is okay. There we go. Just want to have perfect curves all over the place. Does this look right? Yeah, this looks... I think it looks okay, right? It looks a little bit glitchy, but I think it's fine. It's just perception. There we go. So we can actually right-click on this whole thing. Really? You don't want to turn? I think these arrows don't really... This mod is a bit glitchy. I think that's what it is. Okay, cool. So let's see. We might have to get rid of some of these things now that I think about it, just to get the terraforming done right. Or no, actually. You know what? Let's not be perfect. Let's have some variation of things. That will be really nice. But until I get to this part, I think I should probably start going down here. Oh no, did I demolish the boss stops? This might be an issue here. I don't want to live with these error messages. Let's take a look about how this actually works. Okay, I want to start the simulation real quick to see if that fixes it. Go full speed. And yeah, this is problematic because, and this is what I mentioned in the previous episode. If you get rid of, oh, never mind. Fix it. Joking. Also, this route doesn't work. There we go. I'm sure it's going to get rerouted eventually. That's not a problem for now. And I think we have the same issue over here. Let me get rid of this right now. There we go. Perfect. Cool. I've done it a couple times where I've done things a couple times where I demolish a segment of road and bus stops were there and it just couldn't, you know, get it to work. But it seems like that's no longer a problem. Okay, so terraforming time. Let's do this. I think I'm going to start by going under basically 12 meters, which is the first step, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. And we're just going to go do terraforming all around here. I won't lie to you. When I ended up finishing the terraforming here, I've been kind of tempted to filling this with water. I mean, doesn't this look like an awesome waterfront for our city? But I'm kidding because we already have a ton of water features here, and we definitely want to get this Sunken Freeway done. So one of the things that I'm going to do first is try to find the middle spot for the two road segments that will go on each direction. And before I do that, I just wanted to comment that I was just thinking off camera that I think it makes sense now looking at this massive interchange to maybe continue the trench somewhere around here. That way, I don't know, it feels weird that this overpass is kind of very elevated and then it will sharply go down. So maybe if everything was sort of leveled here, might make a little bit more sense. But I'm not sure if I'm going to tackle that in this episode. I feel like that's a long project and maybe better suited for a live stream. Who knows? So I'm going to leave that for now and continue with our development. So let's get this I don't know, like a road segment, sorry, anywhere pretty much is fine. And in this case, I'm going to start by plopping down, let's see, the 4-lane highway, I think makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to eyeball it for now. And then we'll see if we got the right... yeah, I think I failed. Hang on. I completely failed. Maybe this. And I want to leave a tile, like a full tile, empty in between. So if we grab this tool here, so we have 11 units on this side. And 11 units on this side. Okay, perfect. So this is centered. This is all that we needed. In fact, let's just get this going all the way over here. And do the same to the other side. We're going to fix the directions eventually. And the next thing that we should probably think of is how we're going to handle on and off ramps. That's actually one of the major things here, because if we don't do that right, we're just going to create a massive gridlock everywhere. And I was thinking that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to get the on and off ramps. Let me just show you the design I did earlier on avenues. It might make a little bit more sense if we keep them on one-way roads, especially because we have so many here. that, hopefully that will distribute traffic a little bit more efficiently. So for example, here, let me just build one of the on and off ramps that I'm thinking, which, by the way, we're going to have different designs. They're not going to look all exactly the same. And this is true in real life. I mean, if you see on and off ramps from real highways, you will notice that they're not, first of all, they're not aligned with each other perfectly. They come at different spots. And sometimes you may have 5 on ramps and 1 off ramp, depending on the layout of the city and the streets. So we might have a interesting combination here of on and off ramps. I keep saying that, but I need to find a synonym for that. That's just easier to pronounce. But let me just get started over here. We're gonna we're gonna start by terraforming, and we're probably gonna convert this into one-way roads. But let's just terraform this right up against the edge of the freeway here. So hopefully that will be enough space. And let's just use this tool. We're gonna go, let's say, am I using Anarchy? Okay, there we go. Now Anarchy is activated. So let's go 3 units here, and we're gonna immediately start curving. So that way we get a really gentle curve. And I think we're gonna go 3 units by 3 units. Perfect. And let's do the same over here. Can go like this, and 3 units by 3 units. Fantastic. Now we're going to do a little bit of a terraforming, just really tiny. Let me make this smaller. And we really don't want to terraform underneath this because it will create some glitches once we extend the road segments this way. But this should be enough. It's a nice little touch. So nothing too crazy. And what we're going to do next is extend this road segment by about, I would say 12 units, which I think it's like the perfect slope. And as you can see, let me just show you real quick. It does look really smooth, and I actually really like how it looks. There's really no other words to describe it. And let's do the same over here. Let's just extend it by 12 units. Fantastic. And now, and this is just temporary. I just want to show you how this is all going to turn out. So basically what I'm going to do is put the keys right up in here. Sometimes it helps to do it in small segments because otherwise the terraforming underneath makes it all look super weird. But if we do something like this, this is pretty much what it will look like after we are done. We can do something in here. We can do a park, or we can even do parking lots, or honestly, we could just simply terraform it and have some empty space here too. So I don't know. We can figure that out. Actually, wait, you know what would be really cool is to have a gas station somewhere alongside the freeway. That's actually very common in Argentina, by the way, having like rest stop and basically gas stations that are part of the freeway itself. And yeah, over here, same thing. You see, you get this, it kind of arches in the middle if you extend it too much because of all what's going on. Which, by the way, the reason why I'm able to place these keys over here, it's because I have the Quay Anarchy mod developed by Bloody Penguin. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can get it, which is super useful. I highly encourage you to check it out. And then on this side, we're going to extend this. Let's see, can we do it? We're going to do something like this. If we can. Maybe right about there. You kind of have to be really careful when you're putting this down. Maybe something like that. Something like that sort of works. And as you can see, we're starting to... everything's starting to shape out quite nicely. You can also potentially create a sharper curve here and get rid of this extra tile. The reason why I didn't do that is because the keys, as you can see, have a really big radius and they immediately want to snap to each other. And I couldn't figure out how to avoid that. So simply just to not have that issue, I just decided to do it this way. But if you figured out a way of doing it, by all means, go ahead and try it yourself. So what I'm going to do next is create a few more of these on and off ramps in a time lapse so you can see and and get a better idea of what I'm planning without boring you to death doing the same thing over and over again. So let's roll up the music. There we go, and just see what we can come up with. This is probably a great time for a progress update. The time lapse that you just saw was probably about an hour and a half long in the making, and you just saw a compressed version down to, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, which I'm guessing that you might have missed a detail or two, and you might want to see what really happened. So let me just quickly do a tour of all the different connections that we have on this Sunken Freeway. I redid this semi-freeway, actually, this semi-highway, connecting the harbor area towards the city center. As you can see, we still have this type of layout here connecting the two-way roads. Actually, let me just turn on the arrow so you can clearly see what's going on. We have this incoming lane coming into this direction and also coming from this direction as well. And the same way going towards the city. And we have an intermediate entry point here from the main avenue into the city. And then all around we have a few points to get to and from the freeway into this this avenue that pretty much handles or will handle all the traffic. In fact, it's worth noting that these two districts they have a ban on heavy traffic. So we really want to clear the district here for the avenue, this 6-lane avenue, mainly because, well, no trucks would use this avenue, which means that the functioning of the freeway might be jeopardized. So we really want to fix that, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm probably going to do that off camera, because we also need to fix the tons of bus stops that are destroyed all over the city. We need to fix the lines, and that's just more of maintenance work. That's probably not so much fun to watch on a video, so I decided to skip that for now. Now over here, same deal. We have on and off ramps, and I try to keep the layout, even if this was never connected, just to give the sensation that these two avenues kind of belong if they once before the freeway was constructed. Imagine that the avenue would go and run straight forward. But I figured this would be a good spot for the on and off ramps. And of course, we have many connection points from one side of the city to the other. In fact, we should probably add a few more, like some of these streets that have, potentially can have places for bridges so that cars can go around much easier without having to basically drive to the nearest bridge and cross over. So the more of those that we have, the better, I think. I might be wrong. We might also add a few more pedestrian bridges, but I'll do that probably on camera later. Or off camera, I don't know, but I'll definitely show you once that is done. And this over here, I decided to just connect this 4-lane street and basically carry it all around, all over the Sunken Freeway, and basically not connect it to anything else other than this corner right here and the avenue over here. And this will serve hopefully for whatever we end up doing over in this corner. Now, since we have this on and off ramps, this kind of marks the beginning of these two main segments of the freeway going under, because, like I said, I remember if I said this before or one of the clips that got muted, but we basically want to go underwater and connect it to the other road segments. So we definitely need to go under a little bit, or deep down underground a little bit further. So one of the things that I wanted to do on camera actually is connect this ramps over here. And as you can see, this is something that I've been playing with off camera too, which is the addition of these markers that, I think they just look fantastic. They really bring everything together, and they will add that extra pop of, very urban feel to this freeway. So let me just show you how I did that, because it's not as easy as it seems. You really want to hit it the right angle in order for this piece to work, because if you just put it anywhere, it just doesn't work great. So this is what I did. The way I did that is by, first of all, I'm going to use these regular streets. I'm not going to use the freeways, just because they snap to each other better. And I'm going to go by about 3 units. And once I am there, if I'm not mistaken, the angle of attack of this marker, let me just find it, because it's under this menu, which is super hidden. I don't know why this menu even exists, because it doesn't make any sense, but it's there. And I think we want the off marker here, because people are getting off the freeway into this this place. So let me just rotate it. Basically, just want to put it right next to the shoulder line. Doesn't have to be perfect, because we'll have to move it. By the way, I'm using the Toggleable Whiteness mod. I'm going to try to remember to put that link in the description so you can get it yourself. But what that allows is for you to place this without having the basically the white shade all over your city. So when you go underground, I don't know if you pay attention. If you don't have that mod enabled, basically the whole city will lose its textures, and it will just be shadows and whiteness. And that mod pretty much disables that. That allows you to properly place this mod and other things too. So might want to check that out. But you can still do it without it if you don't want to add extra things to your asset lists. So let's just come over here, I think. And we basically want to be close to 28 degrees, as close as we can get it. So probably 28.8 is fine. So if we do that, now this thing is in the middle because I pretty much eyeballed it. But I'm going to leave 3 empty gaps here, 3 empty tiles, and drag another road up here. That way we can delete this segment and this one. And hopefully, if my calculations are correct, you can indeed connect these two together. In this case, I'm getting 4 by 3 units, but it's fine. That should be a smooth enough curve. We can get rid of that, and we now need to convert this to freeway. In this case, we're using 2 lanes, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. Boom, boom. Change the orientation. And all that's left to do is basically grab this one and move it. And we can pretty much, I mean, we can try. Usually what I do is just put it on the side and then bring it back again. That way it's not in the middle and you can actually match the lines as close as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially because we're always going to be looking at it from up here. But there you go. That pretty much does it. And as you can see here, we have the shadows don't really do it justice. Let me see if I can change the light orientation. There we go. That's our exit sign. And now the sun is in a completely different spot, so that might get you a little bit dizzy. Let's bring it back to where it was. So that's our exit sign for this off-ramp. And once we're done with this, we can actually start putting down the keys, which I can show you right now. The reason why, I don't know if I said this before or in the video that got lost, but the reason why I didn't do it before doing anything else is because keys have a really big radius of influence and they do snap to each other rather easily, and that usually is kind of cumbersome. So I try to avoid doing that until basically I try avoiding putting the keys right up until that's pretty much the last thing I do is what I'm trying to say. And I mean, look at this is looking fantastic already, and it's not even finished. There's a lot of detail that we're going to need to add here. Let me put a few more keys really quickly, just over here, just to see how it looks. Usually when Anarchy is on, you get this like arch thing in the middle because it just tries to conform to the ground underneath. But since this is designed for waterfronts, not for basically Earth against Earth, you basically have to extend it in smaller increments. But it's really not a big deal. We want to extend it right about there so that it meets with the bridge as much as we can. And I think that's it too. That's actually not too bad. That looks great. All right. So what I'm going to do next is make a quick cut here, do the rest of the on-ramps, and I'll be back in just a second. And this is the design that I came up with. I'm actually pretty happy with how everything is shaping up. As you can see, I pretty much added it everywhere. And I ended up connecting these roads again. In some of these cases, it was a little bit tricky getting the right angle. But once you know that this is around 28 degrees, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You don't even have to put this down first. You can just grab a road and drag it at the right angle, and it will pretty much come to place. And it's actually really easy. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as you position these lines or markers kind of around the area where they need to be. They will look great. We should probably add a few more over here if we can. But as you can see, I also added it next to the avenue. It doesn't look as polished as the other spots, but I think it kind of makes sense for this. I mean, you can see here that the angle's a little bit off. Unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot of space here to play around, but it does look, overall looks pretty good in my opinion. So I'm going to keep it, and I'll just stick with it for a few days. And if I don't like it, I'll probably end up removing it. And let me just show you real quick, because I also applied the same treatment over here. So before I finish this episode, there was something that was bothering me. So I had to redo some of these entry points. Let me just go back into building mode. And as you can see here, we have streets coming in all different directions. And basically the distance between this avenue and this avenue means that the center, or means that this road is not centered actually. So I was thinking if maybe just center it, but I'm gonna try something else that might be a little bit out there, but hopefully you will enjoy it. So let's see how this works. I have not tried this off camera, so this might go completely south, if you know what I mean. I guess I can't upgrade this. Okay, let's go the other way around then. Can't upgrade that either. Oh, because this is the wrong type of avenue. Maybe that makes more sense. Come on, you can do this. There we go. Perfect. All right, so with a clean slate, we can get rid of this too. And what I wanted to do is basically get, let's see, let's grab, this is probably too much. So let's grab the one-way road, normal one-way road, and grab it from this corner to what I think the middle point is. So let's see. So we have 17 here, which means that the middle point should be somewhere around here, I think. Basically, what I wanted to do is have a four-way intersection like this. And the same way across. Let's see. This might be a little bit too much. And again, I haven't planned this off camera. I mean, this is a bit of an interesting design. It's just now we don't have a whole lot of room to bring this back around. Or do we? Maybe we do. Hang on. I have an idea. So what if we bring this right about here? 3 by 2. I'll take it. And that way we have this off-ramp coming this way. I mean, the directions will need to be rethink anyways. But now the thing with this is that it's too close to this avenue, which could be an issue. Or, oh wait, we can do something even a little bit more fancy. So let's go 3 by 3. If we do that, it kind of goes around, but it doesn't really connect to this avenue, which might be good or bad. That seems a little bit over the top. You know what? I'm gonna leave this unfinished. I wanna know what you think in the comments. If I can finish this, I mean, this is sort of what I'm thinking. Let me actually finish half of it, and then we can figure it out whether or not we like it and finish the rest. So if we do something like, let's say another 7 units, and basically what I'm thinking is just going straight and connecting it to the 45-degree angle. I don't know. This, I feel like this might actually work, and it will be a bit of an interesting design. We can even bring this closer together and have the interconnecting 45-degree angles underneath this this avenue. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll figure this out. And that, unfortunately, is all the time that I have for now. So if you enjoyed this episode, I highly encourage you to minimize or make this video not full screen. Go hit that thumbs up button, and hopefully we can get it to maybe 22 likes this time. That seems pretty challenging. And also, if you're new to my channel and haven't already, please do not forget to subscribe. I am going to continue this city. Probably the next episode will be focused around landscaping and adding details. I know that I promised that for the previous episode, but I got carried away with this freeway design that I'm insanely happy with. And all that I have to say for now is I want to thank you all for watching, and hope that you enjoyed this outro graphics too, which are new. All right, see you next time.